Jesus Christ, really?
Don't forget to become a member of UnrealEntGaming's Patreon for exclusive manga content and early access. Isn't that right, Seth?
I already joined his Patreon today. Tons of great stuff on there, actually. But did you really have to blow up the city?
Yes.
Blew up the domino. You blew up the dominoes and you're laughing. Do you realize the f***ing crisis here?
And you will be next. Unless you subscribe, like the video, and turn on notifications right now.
Or else what? You'll aggressively scream another man's name for several hours?
Kakarot! Kakarot!
You can make no mistake about the fact that not only has Mastered Ultra Ego proven to be a power that is even far too overwhelming for both Frieza and Cooler to handle together, but the sheer power that is being exerted from such a form is nothing short of phenomenal. But with Cooler and Frieza's backs against the wall with no other way out than having to go through the Prince of Destruction, if he isn't careful, then what comes next might change the entirety of everything as we know it.
As our story now continues, following the events of Mastered Ultra Ego Vegeta being shown battling off against both Platinum Cooler and Black Frieza, to which during the midst of their battle, as Vegeta was now shown having to smile, where Vegeta from that point then went on to respond, "While the two of you continue to downplay and undermine my elevation as being the dominant warrior between us, I only continue to grow stronger while the two of you remain the same. Is this all that the almighty Frieza and Cooler can offer in this battle?" Vegeta questions. And here I expected more from the self-proclaimed tyrants of the universe, Vegeta continues. "Even your combined efforts to stop me are futile against my superior strength. You honestly thought that by teaming up against me would it give you the advantage over me? How amusing. I can feel your desperation beginning to sink in," Vegeta continues. "No matter what the both of you try and do, you will never be able to destroy what I've become. And once I've had my fun, I will then destroy you both and make sure to not leave a trace remaining." But then, it would only now appear as though both Frieza and Cooler have seemingly had enough of Vegeta's antics, as Black Frieza then went on to shout, "Oh, enough of this, you psychotic Saiyan! We will not stand to have you make a mockery of our efforts and power," with Cooler chiming in, "which is exactly why you must be eliminated at all costs." Is that so, Vegeta questions? "And what are the two of you going to possibly try and do that will allow for you both to try and gain any sort of advantage against me? There is nothing that either of you can do to try and destroy what I am now, and you both know it. Which is why we will both hit you with everything we have if it means watching you finally be destroyed, Saiyan. And I mean everything," Platinum Cooler went on to continue. "So does this look a little familiar to you? Use everything you have, Frieza. The only way that we can ensure that this monkey is dead is if we blast him by using everything at once. So hold nothing back here or else our efforts will backfire," with Frieza chiming in, "Did I not just say for you not to get so far ahead of yourself when you did, monkey? You may have discovered and tapped into some new destructive level of power, Vegeta, but it won't be enough to save you from the combined might of what me and my brother are going to hit you with. And so this Cerealian's attack better work," Black Frieza went on to continue. "So now use that God Monkey's final flash Flash to its highest possible caliber and let's blast this destroyer monkey right off his planet. They're going to try and do what? Vegeta went on to respond. Oh, so that's their plan. They're going to try and combine what they've been given via those serums in order to rid me by using the attacks of others. Of course they would. They know that since they can't match me in hand-to-hand combat, that they're going to try and resort to any other means as a way to claim victory. For all those gutless cowards, they'll try and stop at nothing to win. To which moments later, as we then see how both Platinum Cooler and Black Frieza were now shown combining their attacks and firing it off directly at Vegeta, it was just upon with the two now being shown having to do so where Platinum Cooler then went on to shout, "And don't dream of coming back to ever challenge us again. Yes, now die like your ancestors, Vegeta." Oh, there's just no way, Gohan went on to shout. "Hurry and hang on, Piccolo." Oh, damn those two. Quickly, Gohan, let's get the hell out of the area so that we may create a plan, Piccolo shouts. But even then, despite the gigantic attack that was now shown making its way towards Vegeta, by no means was Vegeta seemingly concerned whatsoever by this attack, as Vegeta from that point then went on to power up by responding, "Well, at least you both have decided to actually try and end my life, but even with your combined attacks which you have stolen, will stand no chance against the radiant energy of my destructive power, you little cowards. As if using one of my own attacks will help you in any kind of way on top of it. It was like I just said," Vegeta went on to power up by smirking. "All of this, all of your efforts of trying to destroy me are only making me stronger. The longer this goes, the more I thrive. And I haven't used this little move in a very long time, so prepare to be incinerated. As if I would ever allow myself to be obliterated by my own attack. Oh, how wrong you both were to assume that we'd remain the same as you remembered us being, Frieza. Your death, along with your cowardly brothers, will be on your conscience. The two of you could never possibly understand, especially you, Frieza. Now watch and I'll show you. And if you end up dying in the process, then you were never good enough to hold out against me anyways. Now watch this." In which from out of nowhere, the moment Vegeta was from there shown having to unleash his destructive Gamma Burst Flash, not only was Vegeta's attack now shown having to completely overwhelm both Cooler and Frieza's attack, but there was seemingly nothing that either Frieza or Cooler could do to prevent this attack from destroying them, as Black Frieza then went on to ask, what in the hell is this thing? It's tearing into our combined attacks. I'll keep pushing, Cooler, no matter how strong it is. That's what I'm trying to do, Cooler went on to quickly respond. We're losing ground here. His attacks are driving us back. What an incredible display of energy, Piccolo went on to chime in from the sidelines. Vegeta's Gamma Burst combined with the power of destruction has created a way for Vegeta's attack to shred right through Frieza and Cooler's combined attacks. Like it's almost being erased, with Cooler then quickly having to ask, what is this? His attack is tearing its way right towards us. Oh, we can't hold out like this much longer. It's going to smash its way right into us. Oh, we need to relinquish our hold and reform, with Black Frieza responding, No, damn it! There must be a way that we can tire him out and resist. We should be much stronger than he is, so why are we to flee? Continue to push and so that we may reverse his attack and use it against him, as I will not have this be what slows us down, Cooler. Are you insane? Then we'll both be risking our lives if we don't reform our strategy, Cooler went on to then respond. Let's mitigate the risk by using our supernovas to wipe out this entire solar system. He can't possibly be that strong to handle two of those at the same time. Also, what do we do now then, Piccolo, Gohan went on to ask. We can't be so certain that this will destroy them, so we've got to try and be on standby in case something where to call for us to step in. So what's your call here with Piccolo responding, "Oh, darn it, you might be right. Listen, split the senzu bean with me and wait on my signal here," Piccolo continues. "If all else, in case anything were to happen to Vegeta, then at least we'll be there to aid him in case something happens, so hurry. Oh, the force of this attack of his won't allow for my barrier to hold for much longer," Cooler went on to then continue. "So we'll need to cancel his attack out immediately before responding. We'll need to use our Novas against him at full power and nothing less, you hear me?" "Oh, like hell we are," Frieza went on to then quickly respond. "I'll send this back to him at any cost so that he may die by the hands of his own attack. So now keep pushing and don't cancel the barrier out." "Oh, listen to me," Cooler went on to then shout. "Now is not the time for you to fight from a position of ignorance and pride, Frieza. We'll use the barrier and smash right back into him with our planet destroyers," with Frieza agreeing by responding, "Oh, fine, then hurry. It's amusing to see you both struggle while also fighting for your lives," Vegeta went on to then quickly chime in. "Can you stop it? Can you prevent yourselves from being destroyed? It hurts knowing the truth of what you've always feared would happen, isn't that right, Frieza? How ironic is it that you once ruled with absolute fear only to now be shown cowering in terror before my power? I am going to take my time with you so that you may feel exactly what we felt so many years ago, you coward." To which seconds later, as a gigantic explosion was now seen taking place in the distance, that was when Vegeta went on to then continue. "How does it feel, Frieza? How does it feel knowing that no matter what it is that you try and do, that you will never win? I've shattered through your illusions of invincibility only to show you both how vulnerable you truly are. So now what are the two of you going to do? You are left with nothing to show for your efforts of stopping me, and you know it. You have no idea of the amount of torture that I had to put myself through in order to become the man that I am at this very moment in time, you tyrant. And here you thought that by recruiting your long-lost brother would that only further your plans of destroying us, is that it? Yes, well think again, because whether it's you or your brother, nothing will stop me from sinking my teeth into your throats." But then, it was only from behind the smoke with two gigantic energy spheres now being shown hovering above the ground where Cooler went on to respond, "Except you only went and made one very crucial mistake along the way, you barbarian. And that is that we made sure to prepare for almost any and all scenarios that may plague us both before coming here," Frieza went on to respond. "Even if it meant giving up a part of who we are in our lives in order for us to make sure that we wouldn't be broken, Vegeta." "What? It can't be. Those bastards found a way to nullify my attack at the expense of sacrificing something as a means to cancel it out, didn't they? They must have. It's the only possible explanation. You can thank both Moro and Broly for their combined barrier attributes that allowed for me to hold out against your destructive attack, Vegeta. Although it may have taken a bit of energy out of me," Cooler continues, "I'll have no doubt that I'll be able to get it all back once I drain you of every drop of power that your pathetic body has. You may be stronger than me right now, but with the ability for me to adapt just like a Saiyan, it'll only be a matter of time before I surpass you, Saiyan. So, think you can stop these?" with Black Frieza chiming in. "That's right, Destroyer Monkey. Do you think that you can hold out and stop these? What a fine ending to your life along with every life on this planet, just as it was on your dirty homeworld planet Vegeta, am I right? And you should already remember that we can survive in space," Frieza continues. "So even if this planet were to be destroyed along with you in the process, my brother and I will find a way. Yes, and there can only be room for one," Cooler continues, "and that very space that me and my brother occupy has no extra space for the likes of you." "Aw, what's wrong?" Frieza went on to ask. "Poor old God Monkey is scared of losing his family? As you should, Vegeta, because this attack isn't only meant for you and you only, oh no. Far from it, in fact. Tell him, Frieza," with Frieza responding, "Yes, that's right, Destroyer Monkey. This here is meant to be our parting gift to your beloved planet Earth. Which means means that you, your friends, your family, your allies, your children, everything you know and hold dear to your heart will be destroyed, and there is nothing that you can do that will change that. Just as it was when I slaughtered your pathetic people. Yes, it's time, so let's crush him for good, Frieza! Now disappear forever, just like the rest of your people, Cooler went on to shout. Yes, to the end of your miserable little world, along with the end of your life, once and for all, Saiyan! Which even then, despite both supernovas being shown making their way down towards Vegeta, that was when Vegeta had gone as far as to stick his arms out by shouting, as if I would actually stand around and allow for the two of you to do it. Well, go on then and watch as I tear right through you. Oh, we can't let this happen. It's now or never, Piccolo, Gohan went on to quickly cut in. They'd be too busy to see us coming from behind, so we've got to jump in and help Vegeta, otherwise they'll find some kind of a way to either wear him down or just simply destroy him. This is our only window of opportunity, with Piccolo responding, oh, well, Vegeta can scream at us later once we're done helping him. So let's move in quickly and quietly so that way they don't see us coming, with Vegeta cutting in. This is nothing but a temporary obstacle, do you hear me, you clowns? I've chosen to walk down the path of a destroyer for a reason, and that is to become the strongest that I could ever be, Vegeta continues. No fear, no emotions, no pain, only destruction. And that is all I see when I look at this, when I look at you. Girl, why isn't our attack budging? Frieza went on to quickly ask. He's holding it back and preventing the attack from colliding. But that's not possible. We need more power, Cooler. Oh, damn this Saiyan. Just what is he? Why is he this difficult to destroy? Oh, we need to hit him with more, Frieza. You could never destroy the Prince of Destruction, Vegeta then went on to shout. I am the strongest Saiyan to ever live. Oh, words cannot describe the hatred that I have for you, Vegeta. Your defiance only fuels my rage that much more. Now again, Cooler. More power until he is crushed beneath the weight of his own failure. Even if we have to launch hundreds of them into that monkey, then we'll do it. So let's hurry. I don't care how strong this primate thinks he is. There's no way that he'll be able to hold out much longer. He's the most troublesome of the bunch, so let's end him already before he tries something against us again. Either his body will break or his spirit will, so let's hurry. Oh, listen to me. If by some chance he is able to hold this back, Frieza went on to continue, then create another supernova and launch it down directly under his feet so that the planet explodes along with him in it. Oh, just remember the plan in case this doesn't work. You know what we have to do, Cooler responds. Oh, that's only if we need it, so now launch the damn novas into him now! To which upon Cooler and Frieza now being shown launching an additional 2 supernovas right into the one that they initially launched towards Vegeta, that was when Piccolo went on to shout, Gohan, hurry, there's our window! But even then, Vegeta was still resisting, as Frieza was dumbfounded by the fact that Vegeta was still holding his own, with Frieza responding, just what? It's not moving. He's still holding the novas in place, but that's just impossible. No, damn it, no! Yes, now what was that supposed to be? Is that it? Vegeta went on to question. This struggle only sharpens my focus for once I break through your attempts of destroying me, and when I do, I am going to shred you, Vegeta went on to continue. There is nothing that either of you can do that will work. Wait, that energy, Vegeta went on to question, is that... Oh, God, no. But why? Do not intervene, Vegeta shouts. But then, it was only just now from behind Cooler and Frieza where multiple energy blasts were now shown raining down upon them, as Orange Piccolo went on to shout, now go on, now keep firing and don't stop. Hang on, Vegeta, we're right there with you, Beast Gohan shouts. We aren't going to let you do this alone out there, with Frieza quickly responding, oh, it's the Namekian and the other Saiyan. Curse those little worms, they waited to corner us. Oh, damn it, then you know what we have to do, Cooler went on to then address Frieza by telling him, the entire situation is extreme and the only way out of this is if we run with our final plan. It's that or death. We have no other choice, and so we have to use it if it means ensuring our survival, Frieza. I'd rather die 1,000 times over before I'd ever have either of you help me, Vegeta then went on to continue to shout. I don't need your help, and so now stay out of my way. These two are mine, do you hear me? Mine and mine alone, so now get out of the way right now. And as for the two of you, this is where it all comes to an end. That can't be. He's lifting them above his head. He's pushing our attacks right back, Frieza says, with Cooler responding, oh, Frieza, listen carefully. Whatever it was that Vegeta did to reach this level is further proof that our individual powers are no match for him like this. We have no choice but to combine our strength if we want to crush them all for good. This is not a matter of choice anymore, Frieza. It's a matter of necessity. We must fuse to have any hopes of destroying them once and for all the way it should be. Oh, but it's way too soon to use the Potara's, Frieza went on to respond. They were never intended to be used on just one person. They were meant to be used against either their fusion or against Lord Beerus. Oh, curse them all. Listen, if we hope to maximize our combined power, then we must maintain perfect synchronization and control. Any deviation could result in our untimely defusion, Frieza went on to continue. In our merged state, we must transcend our individual limitations and push beyond the boundaries of what we thought were possible, understand? Bro, our fusion is a gateway to unparalleled strength, Cooler continues. So we must tap into our combined potential and push beyond our limits to far eclipse the Saiyan once we do. So we have to use them now or we'll die. And to destroy Vegeta along with those other runts at once, we must harness the raw energy that is coursing through our bodies and transcend to unprecedented levels of power. Let's curse that Vegeta. I hate that Saiyan with every ounce of my very being, Frieza went on to then chime back in. I can't believe that we have to resort to using these so soon. Fine, then we'll immobilize his dogs first and then we'll go right back to Vegeta directly. We don't have another pair, so we must not lose these. To which, upon Cooler now being shown placing one of the earrings on his ear, we were indeed now gearing up and getting ready to see their fusion actually happen. As Cooler went on to continue, remember to show no mercy on that worm, so let this be our ultimate rebirth as the strongest entity in the universe. Now hurry, our supernovas are about to collide into us. In which, upon the very moment right before the supernova was then shown slamming right into them, that was when Piccolo went on to chime in. Hey, what's going on down there? I can't see a thing. Where's that light coming from? Oh no, Gohan, quickly brace yourself. Their attacks are about to crash right into them. To which, moments later, as a gigantic explosion was now seen taking place, that was when Beast Gohan then went on to chime back in by responding, Goes, what power! But it looks like we got them. They couldn't have possibly found a way to escape, especially not after we kept our eyes on them the entire time. Also, I'm hoping that Vegeta did it, with Piccolo responding, well, I hope that for your sake that you're actually right. What a ridiculously explosive power. Hey, wait, Piccolo, do you feel that too? Frieza and Cooler's energy has just suddenly vanished. Did they escape, or were they caught in the explosion below? With Vegeta chiming in, oh damn those idiots up there. I never needed their help against those two, but I don't sense their energy in the sky anymore. It's completely vanished. Hold on, did it really work? There's something up there deep within the smoke, Vegeta went on to analyze. I no longer sense two energy signatures coming from them, but instead, I'm only now sensing one, a much bigger energy than before. did one of them perish while the other gained their power? Or maybe, wait a second, could it really be? With Piccolo asking Gohan, do you sense that coming from the smoke too? I do, and that power that I'm sensing is way stronger than what Frieza and his brother were, so you don't think that maybe? But then, it was only from out of nowhere as an entity was now shown dashing right towards them, where Piccolo went on to shout, what in the world is that? Oh no, Piccolo but it was already too late, because it was only just as two thunderous shockwaves were now shown having to occur from above Vegeta, as Gohan and Piccolo's body were now being shown flying right back down towards Vegeta. That was when Vegeta quickly went on to respond, whoa, what the hell is that behind the smoke? Piccolo and Gohan's energy just suddenly tanked, and they're headed right for me, but how? What happened? To which, upon Piccolo and Gohan now being shown crashing on down to the ground and also being shown reverting back down to their base form, that was when Vegeta went on to continue, how were they just taken out so quickly like that? That couldn't have been Frieza or Cooler who did this. You know, for a puny little Saiyan such as yourself to have found a way to transcend beyond the power of the gods and enter into the realm of the divine is truly baffling to me, an ominous voice went on to respond to Vegeta, especially when considering the history that you and I both share, Vegeta. Your late acclaim as being the prince of an extinct race should have been extinguished a very long time ago, Saiyan. You were never meant to get this far in your life, though I will admit that this destructive power that you harbor is quite impressive. But it won't be enough, for we will obliterate you and leave no trace behind, with Vegeta responding, we? Oh, I should have known that this would happen. They couldn't have possibly perfected the fusion dance so quickly without getting blown right out of the damn sky. Oh, which means that they must have had a pair of Potaras on them this entire time. Oh, come on out and show yourself, you cowards. I'm not scared of you. Oh, but you should very much be afraid indeed, Saiyan. We never intended on using the Potaras on a weakling like you, but since you have become a much bigger problem than we expected for you to be, well, here I am. You should be extremely afraid of what you see standing before you, Vegeta. With the combined power and infinite potential from both Frieza and Cooler coursing through my body, you will be reduced to nothing more than a distant memory, Saiyan. And for the record, since this is only our second time joining bodies, you can refer to me as Supreme Emperor Cooliza. And I hope that you are ready for the amount of blood that you are about to spill all over this planet, because now that I am reborn, I will make sure that you pay dearly for everything you did to me. As it was only right then and there now during that moment where the Beyond Dragon Ball Super story of the top 5 strongest warriors in the multiverse manga chapter number 51 special then comes to a close. Now, before we dive any further into answering some of the questions that many of you guys probably already have, the next manga chapter will be available right now on my Patreon for all of my Patreon members out there to see, which just so happens to now officially kick off the battle involving both Primal, Ultra Instinct Goku, and Takira. So if you would not only like to support the fan manga content that you guys see on this channel, but also gain exclusive content and access to so many other additional things, then I do encourage for you all to become a member of my Patreon today, patreon.com/UnrealEntGaming, to which I will go on ahead and leave that link located down in the description box below and pinned comment section below as well. As for many of those that have been wondering about specifically what is about to transpire involving Goku and Takira, well, you can go as far as to interpret what Yoshito had said involving himself, Budo, and Akuma slightly being beneath all of the 12 angel attendees, because the angel attendees by proxy are by no means fighters, and so the only one that is stronger than the angel attendees right now is of course none other than Takira. So with the other 3 having to be just a smidget slightly below the strength of the other 12, if Goku at the time during the course of his training with Whis was unable to actually do any damage to him, then you can only imagine how bad of a beatdown he is expected to get once he is able to fight off against someone who is on par or stronger than the angels. So to that, so many of your questions to which you guys have been asking about this series will be answered within the final manga chapter of this series, only because it's going to go as far as to tie everything back in together. So that is of course something that I really do hope that you guys are in fact looking forward to. So again, I want to thank you all so much for watching, everybody. Thank you all so much for your time, to which once again, if you also just so happen to be new to this channel, then I do encourage you all to head on over and smash that subscribe button, on top of giving this this video a big fat thumbs up by smashing that like button down below. Tune back in for more, and with all that being said, I want to thank you all once again, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you down in the comment section below and in the next video. Take it easy, everybody, and have a great day. Peace.
Hello. Did you know that you can stay up to date with the latest Dragon Ball content by simply subscribing to UnrealEntGaming?
Also, don't forget to follow on these social media platforms, you sexy son of a bitch.
Roshi.
Silent Cell, me and the fans are having a moment. That's right. I know what you want. Extra long, thick Dragon Ball content. Quality reviews with flawless editing. Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you? You dirty bitch.
Roshi, the fuck?
God damn it, I need them to subscribe, Cell.
And we're demonetized.
Yeah, screw it. Let's cut to the video.